You ready to rock and roll? Alright. I rocks out with I rocks it out.
Good to go.
Alright. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy. I want to say thank you for tuning in to the one and only KC Show. I'm your host, KC, the host with the most. I just want to say, for everybody that tried to tune in last week and you got a blank screen, I apologize. I did have some previous business that I had to attend to. But thank you for tuning back in. Today the show did start a little bit later than usual. But we were just working out some kinks, getting the bugs out, doing what we gotta do. That whole virus thing, I don't know if y'all been hearing in the news today, but there was a virus that was going around stopping people from logging on to the internet. So we just had to make sure all our computer software and our database and all that good stuff was secure, which it is. And if you can't tell, we're streaming live to you right now, so that should let you know that everything we got over here is on point. We do want to make a couple quick shout outs. I want to shout out D-Base, the whole D-Base production. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here giving y'all the news, the giving you life, raw, real, that's in your face. But I just want to give them a shout out, letting them give me the opportunity to be here today and to do what I do. Inform you brothers and sisters out there. So yeah, I just want to give them a shout out. Thanks, I appreciate it. And we're just gonna jump right into it. For everybody that tuned into the previous show about 2 weeks ago, I started the show off by saying Obama was in town doing a fundraiser, and the numbers came in. He actually raised he actually raised $3 million while he was out here in this lovely state of Massachusetts. Go Obama. Also, another thing I want to update you guys on is this whole, one of the main things I was talking about last 2 weeks ago or I should say the previous show, was Obama's landmark healthcare bill. The show that the ruling on that was back in June 28th. It was a Thursday, like I said, about 2 weeks ago. And the Supreme Court voted and they upheld Obama's landmark bill. They did vote that it was constitutional. It was a 5-4 vote, which is good. The actual person who had the weighing vote, if you will, was Court Justice Robertson. He had the final say so. His vote made it constitutional. So that's good, excellent. Good job for Obama and his administration. Again, like I said in the previous show, parents, teenagers who are tuning in, everybody out there, if you haven't registered to vote, please go out there. Tell your homeboys, your homegirls, your sons, your daughters, your nieces, your nephews, anybody who isn't registered to vote, please get out there and vote. Regardless of what party you may affiliate yourself with, please go out there and vote. It's a very powerful thing. It empowers you. There's a lot of naysayers, a lot of this and that say your vote doesn't really matter, doesn't count. It does. People fought for our rights to vote. So please take that. Take that. Go down to the post office, fill out the form, send it off, get registered to vote. In my opinion, and a lot of people might disagree. Then again, you might have a lot of people who agree. But I think that this election is and will be bigger than Bush's election when he stole the vote. Yeah. I think it's going to be bigger than that. I think it's going to be bigger than the Bush-Obama election that happened just 4 years ago. So please get out, register to vote. If you're a young teen, please go to your local post office, fill out the registration card. If you're an adult watching the show, please tell your sons or daughters again to register to vote. We definitely need your support out there, or he needs your support to get him reelected back in the office. But enough with that. Back to what I was talking about earlier. So again, Obama's health care passed 5-4. The Supreme Court says it is constitutional. So now that all that's said, you're probably thinking, well, what does that mean for me? What does this health care bill mean for me as a regular person? Well, as a regular person, one, if you do not have health care, this is an opportunity for you to go out there and get health care. We all need health care. I get sick, you get sick, your kids get sick, you might hurt something, break a bone, something. Whatever you need to go to the hospital for, this is what the health care bill is for. It's for your protection. Just like I said, you get sick, you get injured, you get coverage. Because if you don't get coverage, one, it's an arm and a leg to pay that out of pocket. I know, I done it before. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. And then it makes it more competitive for health insurance. Lower prices. Like I said, I can't say no better than that. It's just competitive. You can get this insurance or you can go for that insurance. It just makes it more, makes it better for you. Makes it cheaper for you as well. Also, for a lot of people who don't know or who did know but don't, along with this passing of the healthcare bill, also, if you are a college grad who graduated and unfortunately who isn't currently working, because of this bill, you are allowed to stay on your parents' insurance. And I hope people that call in, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're allowed to stay until you're 29. So for everybody that just graduated from college, if you haven't unfortunately found a job yet, just because of the economy, it is growing, people. Don't let the Republicans and other people out there fool you. It's growing. Yes, it's not growing at a fast rate like we would all hope, how we all want, but it is growing. Progress is progress. You can't not have progress, even if it's a small little minute inch. Progress is progress. So it's it's there to help us. It's there to help us. We're moving in the right direction. Let's see. Also, someone actually posed this question to me earlier while I was getting ready for the show, and now with all this, with this healthcare bill passed, it's great. It's awesome. But the person that I was talking with earlier posed this question. He was like, well, it's great. Obama's healthcare bill passed. But the next biggest issue that a lot of people, I think, in my own opinion, are going to start talking about more is the quality of healthcare. Like as of right now, before everything gets passed, if you have a good health insurance, you can go there, get great service, get what you need done, boom, bang, you out. Now, what would happen is, because this bill passed, 250 million people who don't have insurance. Let me repeat that for everybody out there. 250 million people who do not have health insurance have access to it now because of this bill that just got passed. Or not passed, but got held up as constitutional. Republicans are fuming right now. They don't like it. They don't want it. Tell Romney thank you, because he's the one who did it. It's just the Democrats just adopted it faster. So everybody out there say, thank you, Romney, for this health care, because it was your idea. Obama says, you know what? I like it. I might change some things, but I'm going to keep it. And now here we are. 2014, we'll start the official bill going into law. So you got a couple years. There's a couple years left. Like I said, a year and a half. However you want to look at it. But yeah, so 250 million people will have access to healthcare. So what does that mean for the quality of healthcare? You know, is it going to go up? And I pose this as a question and not necessarily, you know, a statement or a fact. Just asking, posing as a question. You know, will the quality of healthcare go up or will it go down? Because there's more people in the system. Are more people going to get service the same way as it was before? Is the quality of care going to go down? You know, that's just something that I'm posing to the viewers out there and anybody that's listening. And when he asked me that question, I'm like, wow, that's a real good question. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to adopt that and put it in today's show. So I asked the viewers out there, this is going to be a very long debate for years to come when it gets passed, and even after it gets passed, people are still going to be debating this. Especially the Republicans, they want it off the books. They don't like it. They want small government. They want less spending. And speaking of spending, that kind of segues into my next part of this wonderful show that we got today. And again, Obama's in the news, and he is going to stop the Bush-era tax cuts for the wealthy. So if you make over $250,000 at the end of this year alone, at the end of this year, not next year, not this month, at the end of this year, before the new year, December 31st, the Bush-era tax cuts will be non-existent. Again, the Republicans are fuming at this, and I can only laugh. Why? Why should all the Republicans get all the tax breaks? Why should the wealthy get all the tax breaks? You know, I mean, yes, they generated a large sum of money, whether they be entrepreneurs, investors, or whatever. However they obtain their wealth, they don't like it. Well, I don't like that you get tax breaks. I don't like the fact that because the Republican Party is they're holding the tax breaks for the regular people like myself, the viewers out there. You know, they're holding our tax break hostage. They're like, no, we don't want to give tax breaks to the middle class, the people that are actually working in this country. You know what I'm saying? Going out to the factories, going out to the mines, you know, going out on the water, you know, go fishing, catching crabs and tuna. You know, they don't want tax breaks for the people that are actually working hard. Not saying that CEOs and people that run these major corporations don't work hard, but they don't work hard in the sense of how we work hard. You know what I'm saying? We wake up at the butt crack of dawn, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning. Some people 5 o'clock and 4 o'clock in the morning to get to work, you know what I'm saying, to provide food, shelter for their family, you know what I'm saying, for themselves included. Republican Party's like, no, we don't want to give you tax breaks. We want to give the people who make all the money, the 1%. We want to give the 1%. And unfortunately, we are not that 1%. We are that 99%. They want to give that 1% tax breaks, which for them, it sounds good. It sounds great. But what happens when we give the wealthy tax breaks? What have we been in the last 3 years, 4 years? We've been in a recession. And because the wealthy, which kind of coincides with the Republicans, they want the tax breaks. They want to keep their money, and I understand that. I want to keep my hard-earned money that I worked hard for too. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't want to keep their money, regardless of where your allegiance lies, whether you're Republican, Democrat, Independent, Tea Party, or have no political affiliation at all. If you're a working person, You work from 9 to 5. You do what you gotta do. Nobody, I don't care who you are, wants money taken from them. And that's anybody. But at the same time, I feel that the people who make the most money should get taxed. That's why we're in a depression now. That's why there's no job growth now, because they want to hold that shit to themselves. They be like, yo, no. We're not giving tax breaks. That's only for us. We work hard. We make all the money. That's why we got 8, yachts and 2 private jet planes that fly 50 million feet high. You know what I'm saying? Above the clouds. Just in case y'all don't know, they got planes that do that. Real exclusive VIP stuff. Planes that fly higher than what allowed for normal aviations. Basically they got a clear area up in the upper stratosphere to just fly all around and do what they want, because they got the money to afford to buy these planes that can do that. But they don't want to give you and me a tax break. What's going on with that? Come on now. Just think about that. That don't even sound right. So that's what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, the Republicans are holding our tax breaks hostage because they want the tax breaks and they don't want to give it to people like me and you. They want to keep all the money to themselves. And I don't like that. You need to pay taxes just like I do. I pay my taxes before April 15th. Sometimes I pay my taxes in January, as soon as I get them. But they don't want to do that, And like I said, if they're holding this hostage, if they don't want to give it up, if they want more tax breaks, if they want more tax breaks, only thing that's going to happen, we're going to get in deeper debt like we are now, and there's going to be no job growth, because they get out the tax breaks. If you own a major corporation, you like, hey, I'm good. I don't need to do none of that because I get tax breaks. But anyway, I digress. It is a little hot, so if you see little beads, because it's hot. But it's okay, because I'm still here giving you this information raw. It's live. It's real. This is life, y'all. This is real stuff. I'm not making this up. This is what's going on in the world. Y'all need to be aware of it, because it does affect you. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, back to what I was talking about before. So, let me just read my notes right here. So, this is how it's gonna work. At the end of this year, the tax break for the wealthiest 1%, if you make over $250,000, your tax breaks will end. But at the same time, Obama is trying to extend. Obama is trying to extend tax breaks for the middle class, because unfortunately, that's what everybody's talking about right now. Tax breaks, the economy, healthcare. That's what people talking about. And for people out there listening, y'all need to be aware of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You need to be aware of what people are discussing, because it does affect you. It affects you, your family, your kids, if you have any. It affects everybody. But so this is what's going to happen if hold on one second, y'all. Hold on one second. Little thirsty, a little parched. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. That was refreshing. But basically, this is what it means. I got some numbers down here, so let me just go over my notes. All right. If continued on the path that we are on right now, with the whole tax and all of that, the Bush era tax cuts would affect 2.5% of all small businesses. Or if you're not real good with math, I'm decent with math. I'm still got to brush up and all that. But what that equals to in the actual number, 894,000 businesses will be affected if the Bush tax cuts continue to keep going. if they continue to keep going, 894,000 businesses will be affected. Jobs as well. No job growth, because all the money is getting taxed. It's not getting taxed. It's being cut from the wealthy people. They don't have to pay it, so they don't have to pay all these fees that we might need to reinvest in the business, to make it grow, offer more jobs out there to people who are looking for jobs, people who are qualified, who went to, college and graduated with a degree in engineering or science, or even people went to culinary school. Job growth will be stagnant across the board if we go on the same path that we're going now. So thank you, Obama. Bush era tax cuts ends this year. Let's get it. But like I said before, the Republicans don't want that. They just want to keep it going. They want to keep all the money to themselves. They don't want to share the wealth. Greedy bastards. But again, people, this is all my opinion. For the people that are listening that want to make a comment, if you look at the top of your screen or at the bottom of your screen, there is a number scrolling across. So if you want to call in, give your input, give your opinion, voice whatever you want to voice, please do it. They're more than welcome. It's definitely my show, but I want to hear what you people out there have to say. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Like I said in one of my previous shows, do your own research. Go on the internet, look at books, read the newspaper. Do your own research. Double check what I'm saying. Check me if I'm wrong, please. I want to be in the right. I want to give you the right information. You know what I'm saying? So if you hear that I may misquote a figure, or I may misquote something altogether, please call in, voice your opinion, voice your statement, or whatever. It's here. I'm here to listen, and you're listening to me. So this is two-way street. It's not a one-way thing. Now I can't see you, but you can see me. But other than that, call in, voice. Let me know what you have to say. I want to hear what you have to say. Excuse me. But yeah, I want to hear what you have to say. Because your opinion is just as important, and you might have just as much as information as I do. So please, if you see a number scrolling across your screen, whether it be on the top or the bottom, please don't hesitate to call in. We are accepting phone calls. So yeah, call in. Back to what I was saying before. So yeah, the Republicans are trying to fight right now to extend the Bush tax cuts. Obama's like, no, it ends this year. So again, thank you, Obama. Let's do it. We need more job growth. We definitely have to revitalize this economy, and honestly revitalize everything. There's this videos that's going around the internet called Revitalize America. Now, I personally have not seen one yet, but I'm seeing them everywhere. If you guys tune into the next show, hopefully I'll have some more information on what Revitalize America is. So yes, if you see it online, click it. Shoot, you can let me know what it is. I don't even have to wait till next show. If you out there and you got another window open, go to YouTube, go to yahoo.com, look for Revitalize America, and let me know what it is. Because I don't. I just see it all over the place. And the only thing that I can say, little information clip that I've seen is, it's about regular real life people like myself, like all the viewers out there that's going through this down economy, that's looking for jobs. People got laid off. It's, from what I've seen, that's what it's about. But until I've actually seen it, I really can't talk too much about it. But if you're out there, you online, open another window, look up Revitalize America, and let me know. You're gonna school me on something. But so yeah, that's I'm gonna leave it with that. But at the same time, we're gonna keep this discussion going. So now I'm going to switch gears real quick, and I'm gonna hit one of my side notes. Now, a lot of people may not know this. A lot of viewers out there may not know this. One, because it's not getting a lot of press, if you will, in the news. I should say mainstream news. Like, I haven't really heard nothing on, Fox, 7 News, any major news outlet. I might have heard something on CNN or MSNBC, but even then it might not have been a very, they might not have expanded on it. But I'm going to expand on it, and hopefully, viewers that are listening can call in and let me know what they've heard or what they think. But basically it goes something like this. Drones. Simple as that. It's drones. You're asking yourself, what's a drone? I mean, a drone. What is a drone? Well, basically simple as this. It's an unmanned flying vehicle. It's a plane. It's a plane with no pilot. That's what a drone is. It's a plane with no pilot. And if you have heard of this, then you've probably heard it used in the context of the military. They use this over in Afghanistan. They use it in Pakistan. They use it in Iraq. They use it. I forgot where I read this at, but if I recall correctly, they actually used one of the drones to find Osama bin Laden before they raided his compound. A couple years ago when they killed Obama. So drones are used in covert missions to gather intelligence, to spy on the enemy, to figure out what they're doing, where their stronghold is, where their weakest points are. They say to gather intelligence. I've also read reports that on certain occasions they even weaponize drones, meaning that they gave them missiles, a machine gun, so that they can cause damage on the ground without actually having a real live person there. Like I said, they use it for covert missions and all that. I haven't done too much research into the weaponization of drones. But like I said, I've heard reports, read certain articles, real small, quick articles, talking about that. But that's what's going on right now. And what made me to really start talking and making this one of my topics for the show today, I was actually I'm always on YouTube, watching videos, seeing what people's opinion are on certain topics or any topic, just browsing around, just seeing what's out there, looking at funny little clips and all that. And I actually came across a clip that started me on this path of trying to figure out, okay, what's really going on with this whole drone thing. And I seen it on YouTube with Alex Jones. And real quick side note, a lot of people don't know who Alex Jones is. He gives you alternative news, if you will, sort of something like what I'm doing, except more so on a national scale, across the states, across the globe. And but basically, Alex Jones, if you don't know, he is the one who, I guess, crashed the party at Bohemian Grove. And a lot of people out there probably asking, what's Bohemian Grove? Well, basically, Bohemian Grove is this secret area in Northern California where presidents, politicians, locally, nationally, news people, or I should say not news people, but certain news people, the people who run the news station, the big time players in education, like I said, politics, military, science, sort of like the Bilderberger group except local. But basically, if you look it up on YouTube, Alex Jones, Bohemian Grove, you'll see the video. He infiltrated this place where these presidents go, and he kind of exposed what goes on there. And the main thing that goes on there, they have a 50-foot effigy of an owl, or basically a statue of an owl. And these politicians, these presidents, these people of power, these people of importance, dress up in old, like, Celtic tunics. Yeah, tunics, like basically big robes with a big hood, and you can't see your face. You know, something out of a scary movie or something. But they wear these robes and they do these rituals and they sacrifice. From what the video said, because I did see the video, I did my little research on it. But they sacrifice babies, virgin women to this owl, and yeah, that's what they do. And you have to kind of question that, like, yo, I'm voting for these politicians, these people of power, to run the government, to run my district, to run the state, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to California under secrecy and they sacrificing babies and virgin women to a 40-foot statue owl. For real? That's what they doing? That's crazy. So that's who Alex Jones is. He's the one who exposed it. So again, go to YouTube, type in Alex Jones, Bohemian Grove. You'll see it for yourself. So I'm going through YouTube. I see this video, and it's him. And it's him and his boys out in Texas. And what they're doing is they're shooting domestic drones. And what I found out is the military, certain companies in the private sector, Homeland Security, DOD, all these different government organizations, affiliated and non-affiliated, want to take drones that they use over in war, Pakistan, Iraq, Afghanistan. They're using these drones that are used to, like I said before, to get information, surveillance, to see weak points. They want to use these on American citizens. And so when I was watching it, they didn't have like the big 70-foot drones that you might see if you YouTube it. They were little homemade drones that these private corporations, again, these different private corporations, government, Homeland Security, are trying to develop and put in practice here in America. And I don't know about y'all, but I find that kind of worrisome, kind of like, damn, that's not good. You know what I'm saying? Because one, for all you conspiracy theorists out there, for one, that's just Big Brother out there just furthering his reach, trying to figure out who you are. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out, is this person a terrorist? Is he gonna go against the agenda of what's going on? Is he gonna rise up and create hostility toward the government and people in power? So it gets you kind of worried. But so yeah, I'm watching this video. They out there just shooting them down. How they do out in Texas, because Texas is a Republican state. They got guns. They got guns and shit out there. I'm sorry, excuse the language, but they got guns. That's what they do. So him and his boys was out there shooting drones, practicing, in his words, for when drones really start coming to existence. And let me further go on by that. Drones are used to do surveillance of its citizens, and the reason why it started is they basically want to domesticate drones and make them to surveillance us. So that's what they do. They making these drones that they use over in the military, they use over in Iraq, making them smaller, more quiet, so that they can survey citizens and people of the United States. Now, what they'll say is, yo, we want to keep you safe. We're only going after the terrorists. Well, I'm gonna get into that part a little bit later. But let me keep going. Something I found very interesting while still doing my research on drones. Florida. If you guys haven't remembered, on my previous show, I said Florida was one of the places where, quote unquote, zombie outbreaks were going on. For instance, like that gentleman, Rudy Galvin, I think his name was. Let me see. Was it Rudy? I think it was Rudy. Hold on one second, everybody out there. I'm just going quickly over my notes again. Yes, his name was Rudy, and for some reason, Rudy Eugene. That's the dude that ate the other man's face in Florida. But I say all that to say this: in the same place in Florida, they want to become America's leading producer of domesticated drones or domestic drones. The experts out there say, and I quote, by 2020, which is about 7 to 8 years from now, in 2020, so people, 7 to 8 years, that's not a long time, that's less than a decade, alright? 2020, the experts say there will be at least 25 to 30,000. Let me repeat that. Let me start over from the beginning so this information can sink in. By 2020, experts say that there will be at least 25 to 30,000 drones in America's skies. That's crazy. 30,000 drones in the next 8 years? Something don't sound right. That's just my opinion. Again, if you see a number scrolling at the top of your screen or at the bottom of your screen, please call in. Let me know what you think about this. 30,000 drones will be in America's airways by 2020. And Florida wants to be the largest producer of domestic drones. They want to lead that. They want to lead the race. Out of all these private companies, DOD, the private sector, whatever, out of all of these, Florida wants to be the main producer of drones. Wow. That's, if I remember correctly, that's ex-governor Joe, what's his name? Jude Bush. That's his. Is Jude Bush? No, it's not. Alright, well, Bush's brother, right? Ex-governor of Florida, that's his place. And now they want to lead the fight. I shouldn't say fight, but they want to lead the charge in producing America's drones. Jeb Bush. I'm sorry. Callers call in, because you can call in. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I want to give you the correct information. It's Jeb Bush, ex-governor. He's the one who had all that debacle when his brother was running for president, and his brother won in Florida, which he rigged with those fake me out ballot booths that they had. I know y'all remember that out there. You know what I'm saying? It was straight. He stole it. Let's just be real. He stole it. He said, you know what? Give me that. I want that. You can't have it. And that's what he did with the help of his brother. Now, the state wants to lead America with making drones. That's some crazy mess right there. Real crazy. But let me not digress. Let me continue. So, why do they want to lead the charge with the drones? Well, if you remember, just last year, President Obama ceased the NASA launches last year. So a lot of their aeronautical engineers, very smart people who know how to build aircraft, make them aerodynamic, break the sound barrier, you know what I'm saying, they're leaving. They're leaving Florida, going to different places, which for Florida, one, is bringing the economy down because people who are very smart are leaving, so they don't have people to fill these positions. They're like, no, we can't have that. We're Florida. You know what I'm saying? We're a rich state. You know, we got rappers and all that. You know, we got Miami. You know, South Beach, the Keys. You know, we can't go down. So They're like, you know what? Since this is the newest thing that's going on, they're like, hey, we want to lead the forefront. I mean, we got Cape Canaveral right up the street. You know, we launch, you know, rockets all the time. So they're like, hey, why don't we lead that? Why don't we lead the charge in making drones? So that's one of the main reasons why they want it. That's one of the main reasons why they want it down in Florida. And then also, it makes a lot of money. So money, keeping their smart scientists in town. That's why they want to do it. But let me continue. If you guys didn't know, which I think a lot of you don't, but let me just inform you. There are going to be 5 locations. Repeat, 5 locations where they're going to test drones. And the crazy part about it is, like I said, they want to have 30,000 drones in the air by 2020. Next year, 2013, there are going to be 5 locations that are going to be testing these drones. And the 5 locations that, or there could be 6, because Florida, like I said, Florida wants to be down with it. So there might be 6, but they got to go through the FAA, you know what I'm saying? They got to pass certain bills, you know, they got to raise money, they're lobbying thing, you know, they got to do all that. But that's to get approval. But for testing, that happens next year. And they already got 5 locations. Florida wants to be number 6. But let me just read off the 5 locations where they're going to be testing these drones. So location number 1 is going to be at Fort Hood, Texas. Wow, Texas. I was just talking about Texas and Alex Jones and how they shooting down drones. But if you live in Texas, Fort Hood is going to be location number 1. Location number 2 is going to be Fort Riley in Kansas. Location number 3 is going to be at Fort Stewart in Atlanta, Georgia. And location number 4 is going to be at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. And last but not least, location number 5 for drone testing in America will be at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. So we got Texas, Kansas, Georgia, Kentucky, and North Carolina, and possibly Florida. So a lot of southern states testing these drones on American citizens. Which again, I said, that's his big brother trying to further his reach and know who's who and what's what they gonna do and when they gonna do it. But that also gets into surveillance. You know, when you start getting into surveillance, start getting to RFID chips, which is a real thing. If for everybody who doesn't know, if you purchased a passport after 2000, if you purchased a passport after 2000, each passport right in the seam that holds the book together, right in the seam, is an RFID chip, and that's to track you, to see where you're going everywhere. They can it can pinpoint your exact location within like 3 feet. And now it's 2012, so it might be dead on. It might be inches. But last I read about it, they can pinpoint your exact location within 3 feet. 3 feet. Think about that. And if you want to take it a step further, you know, you start to get into I guess, if you will, hardcore conspiracy theories. Talking about like the whole New World Order. That's another episode. But getting to that type of territory. For the conspiracy theorists out there, if you remember back in 1990, George Bush Sr. Had a speech to Congress, and within that speech, within the first couple minutes of the speech, he used the term New World Order. A New World Order is basically a one world government. Everybody in the globe, from Boston down to Japan, from Japan to Australia, from Australia to Timbuktu, everybody's going to be under one world government. It's not a good thing. I'm not going to get too much into it. I'm going to just give you the gist of it. But basically, just trying to keep everybody under one rule. One person is going to govern the many. and it's just going to be complete chaos. There's going to be no laws, no rules. You have no freedoms. It honestly kind of go back to the Middle Ages where all you had was the elite and the peasants. There was no middle class. So that's what could happen if we go to this whole one world government, one world order, new world order type regime. Now, at the same time, it's an idea. It's an ideology. It's not an actual something physical that you can touch. But best believe it will affect us. Yeah. So getting into that. Hold on. I'm just going through my notes again. Just making sure I keep up to pace. The show's starting to wind down, but still talking about security and surveillance. To sum this all up, to end the show real quick. What's going on now, which I just found out, kind of disturbing. Law enforcement has upped their requests for cell phone information. What do you think about that? Let me repeat that again. Law enforcement has upped their requests for cell phone information. That means you, me, anybody you know with a cell phone, law enforcement is requesting that information. It's gotten so big. There were some numbers that they were throwing around. Hopefully I can remember them. I would say 5 years ago, between 5 and 7 years ago, law enforcement's request was at like 12%. So out of all the requests they had, 12% of those requests were for people's information. 12 to 15%. Within the past 5 to 7 years, that has tripled, quadrupled, skyrocket. So it basically went from, we'll say, 100 requests a month to 700 requests a month, which isn't good. I'm getting the cue that the show's starting to wind down. So what I'm gonna do is, everything that I have left on here, we're gonna start up and continue for next week's show. So this is your host, KC. Thank you for tuning in to the KC Show. I appreciate it. And again, shout out to D-Base Productions for holding it down, doing everything, getting all the stuff looking good. I like my background. It's nice, right? Yeah, it's real intimate. Y'all see that, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to go to the bar, have a couple drinks. But again, thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you and hear from you next week. It's your boy Case, and you're tuning to the Casey Show. I'm out.
Yep.